There are many ways to heal your body by using sound, including using your own voice. David Gibson is a sound healing visionary. He's the top producer of sound healing music in the U.S. and has founded several groups with the intent to stop every disease in the world with sound, music, and vibration. David shares with us how our brain and bodies are naturally wired for this type of healing from the moment we're born. So David is back with us and we're talking about sound healing. And David, I'm excited about today's topic because we're talking about healing with our voice. When we talk about sound, I don't know if a lot of us really think about using our voice. We think about instruments and bowls and tuning forks and things like that. But we have this beautiful instrument here that we can use as well.
Oh my God. You know, as babies, we were professional sound healers. You know, if you had anything going on, you let it out with a sound. Wah! With zero thought as to whether anybody thought you were doing it right or wrong. Right? Right?
Mm-hmm.
We were built to release stuck emotions with sound.
Yeah.
It's a God-given ability. And then around 1 or 2, it's like, shh, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then we get in school and it's no more sound.
Yep.
And then you go to work and it's like, what are you doing? Right? Except around here, we make sound all the time. Right? And we lose that God-given ability to express ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's an emotional blockage. And emotional blockages cause physical disease. That's the number one cause of physical disease are emotional blockages. So it's all about remembering. And it's just as simple as, first of all, just making sound freely. Blah, 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 blah. And here's the main problem. Music and singing has screwed up the world.
How so?
Because people are like, you're not a good singer. Or we
Oh.
think we're not a good singer, right? If we can't do it, it's like, and what I've learned is if anyone has ever told you you're not a good singer, you need to track them down and kick them in the knee.
In the most loving
Because
way possible.
yeah, because the truth is you can never do it wrong. That's how we start at our institute. You can never do it wrong. It's all perfect, always perfect, right? Because you've got to let it flow again.
Yeah.
And this is just a precursor to being able to speak your truth,
Right.
which is a real problem for women on the planet because men have been squashing the throat chakra of women for tens of thousands of years.
Yeah, it's
Right?
true.
Not even in the past, or especially in other countries, it's like crazy.
Mm-hmm.
In the modern countries, it's like it's still rampant.
Yeah.
And also men are scared to express themselves because they're afraid of being too cocky. Yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't have a good mentor of how to do balanced, communication, right? And so it's really critical you learned how to express yourself. Now, what we're doing in the classes is we actually have everybody make the sound of how they're feeling. And we've done it with the kids and in our classes, and even with the dementia company we're working with. And
Okay.
a lot of people, you tell them, make the sound of how you're feeling, and they look at you like you got two hats, right?
Yeah.
So we start with call and response. Ooh, ooh, and then we do ah, and they do ah, and they over a while they get comfortable, and so now we got everybody expressing how they feel. It's so cool with the kids because they're like, we can express it and finally get it out without having to figure out the right language for it.
Yeah.
But it's especially helpful for the dementia patients
Mm.
because they don't have to use language. Last week, I was at the dementia company and there was this one guy, he was like this, scrunched over. And I said, can you do the sound of how you're feeling? And he looks up and he goes, ah, and then he kind of smiles.
Oh.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
so cool. We're communicating and connecting without language because
Right.
sound expresses emotions way better than language,
Yeah.
right? And
Yeah.
so it's really about becoming free again and being able to make sound. If you go into many towns in Africa, everybody comes out singing, right? There's no like, oh, you can't sing, you can't. We just do it. Just do it, right? So it's a matter of just getting over the fear and making sound. It's just a matter of getting over the fear and making sound completely freely with all the emotions and expressing all the emotions completely with your voice, just as we had down as a baby.
So we have to go back to our roots.
Exactly. We all know how to do it, and we had it down perfectly.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is a good message too for parents, because you said the shh. Not only do teachers do that when you get into school, but as parents, we don't want our kids to cause a ruckus, and we don't even realize what we're doing there. We're trying to fit into society and no one look at us, and think we're crazy and all this kind of stuff, and to control a situation. But sometimes that can do more harm than good. We don't even realize that.
Yeah. What I've been thinking about is, because you can't just have kids like screaming all the time, right? Because it'd be crazy. It would be too much. But you need to let them do it, and do it more often. Have them make the sound of how they're feeling all the time. You should even have a room where you say, okay, go in that room and make all the sound you want.
Yeah.
I just saw a guy on a hike just a few weeks ago, and this little kid, he must have been 5 years old. He was crying, and I saw he just started crying, and the dad went, "Oh no, stop it, stop it," and I'm like, let him cry a little bit and let it out first, right?